The Oxford Rising Stars in NIHL 2 face the Streatham Black Hawks, having started to get themselves together with the signings of Jacob Smith and Joe Edwards. But in all side and any team games, you don't afford or give away a 2-goal head start, and that's exactly what the Rising Stars did. First goal turned in past Caleb Paul by Gerard, and that was 1-0 to the Black Hawks. Second goal followed quite shortly. The puck was turned away from the net of the Streatham Black Hawks and they cascaded forward. This time carried down the left, and look out for Clark to get the final rebound and turn it in for 2-0. Enjoyed that there, Clark did. But then the Rising Stars found their skates. First up comes an absolute beauty. A slap shot par excellence. Just drifting into the bottom of your screen, Charlie Roach sits on the point line, takes one touch and fizzes it past the netminder for 2-1. What a fine strike, but a camera angle behind the net. Well, it just shows you what it's like to below the net from the point line with a slap shot. Thank you very much, Charlie Roach. The next was all his own work. Side of the circles, Joe Edwards, smiler, tiptoes his way in and fires it low down past the netminder's left-hand side for 2-2. The Rising Stars with the momentum. Nice feet, good crowd, and that was all that Joe Edwards needed to pop it in the bottom corner. 2-2 became 3-2. Good work behind the net by the Stars. Popped it out in front of net, and in come Caden Hughes. He did the rest for 3-2, so 2 down, 3 up. The Rising Stars on a little bit of a roll. Just got it in there, and again finished lovely past the left-hand side of the netminder. 3-2 became 4-2. Number 19 will just come into the picture in just a moment. Takes a loose touch and finishes nicely. Good hands by Warren Jones this time. Read the play really, really well. Saw the mistake and then just scooped it past the netminder for 4-2. Dreamland for the Rising Stars? Well, I'm afraid not. It then became 4-3 very shortly after. Lane this time finishing on the spin, and didn't he enjoy that? What would the answer be? Well, I can tell you what the answer would be. It became 4 apiece, and the game became even harder. A little spillage turned in this time by Clayton for 4 apiece, and the Stars' hard work somewhat been undone. Fine stop to start with by Caleb Paul. It just popped off her body and was turned in by Clayton for 4 apiece. 5-4 this time for the Rising Stars. Matthews this time with a close quarters finish. Just managing to squeeze it past the netminder for 5-4. 5-4 became 6-4 not long afterwards when Captain Sammy Arnold literally got it back on the top of the circles. After nice approach work, lovely reverse pass across. And what a finish that is. Always nice to see the water bottle take a hop, skip and a jump on the top of the net. Sadly though, the Stars made it hard for themselves once again. 6-4 became 6-5, and this time it was a beautiful finish by Jackson. Allowed the space to move in, and just at the top of the slot he fires a shot in, which, as we'll see in just a moment, the outstretched right hand of Kayla Poole saw it brush through the ends of her fingertips and bounce into the back of the net for 6-5. 6-5 was soon 7-5. Joe Edwards this time, all his own work, picks the puck up, drives down, goes past his man, drives down the right wing, comes in just at the top of the circles and finishes low past the netminder for 7-5. The Stars now, hopefully, with a bit of daylight. Well, they increased their daylight after a sustained, pressured attack on the Streatham Black Hawks net. This time they work hard. It's a great save by the netminder before the puck eventually comes loose on this near side. Hughes this time is the man that gets it back to Crotty. Crotty makes no mistake for 8-5. Still though, the action wasn't over because the Stars increased their lead further. Warren Jones this time with his second of the game. Streatham Black Hawks at this point just struggling to get the puck away, and it pops out, and it's a little chip finish by Warren Jones to make it 9-5. The Rising Stars with a very handsome victory, even though they gave their opponents a 2-goal lead. And just before the end of the game, Paul stopped the puck, the D-men cleared it. And what happens next is your guess. The buzzer goes, and we have what's known as a bench clearance. Everybody and anybody involved in some pushing and a shoving. One of the most impressive things here, Ashley Cave with a solid right in just a moment as the referee tries to separate them. Drops his man on the ice. But it finished here, the OXSO Rising Stars 9, the Streatham Black Hawks 5.